so welcome back. I'm just gonna get straight into it and let you guys know that this video is gonna be all about how I doubled my length, my hair length in 1 year. So from September 2018 to September 2019, I was very consistent with my hair routine and happened to just double my length. So this is what happened, guys. I started using a rice water challenge in 2018, and for me that's basically when it became more popular among the Black community. But I also did a clay mask, so that a clay cleanse, or like an apple cider vinegar cleanse. That way it was squeaky clean. Once that was finished, I would probably take a couple more days before applying a rice water protein treatment. I did the rice water treatment once a month, only because I think I started off doing it every other week or like every 2 weeks, just because I knew my hair was really deprived of protein and I needed it. So I started off with doing that with fermenting the rice for 3 to 5 days, and then I would put it into the refrigerator to stop the fermentation. During this time, I was probably consistent with doing that for up to 3 months. And then also during this time, I was teaching myself how to style my hair. I had no clue how to do it. I lived in afros, it was very easy. I would sleep on my hair like on a scarf, and then wake up in the morning and just spray my hair with water and just like pull it out, so it's just like how it's supposed to be. Like how you saw me that day, that was all I did. It was like step by step. But this took a lot of time because I realized that by me doing that, I created so many tangles, so many single strand knots, and my hair wasn't even growing because it was just coiling back up into itself and snagging, and then coiling back up into itself and snagging again. So I was not retaining any of the length. So during this time, I learned to actually style my hair, and by that I mean I was learning how to braid it. I started stretching my hair more and leaving it in braids, like a couple of braids like throughout. So they're kind of like box braids, but your hair, like it's on your own. I'm not really sure how to even explain that. They're like French braids, I guess. And so I started doing that, and I would just leave it in like a ponytail, or I would tie my scarf around it to make it look like a headband. I would make sure I did it I would make sure that I like braid my hair on like a Friday, and that way I could take it out as a braid out on Monday for work or whatever. So I learned how to do that, how to do Dutch braids, which are just, or not even Dutch braids, because that's so difficult. I actually learned how to do 2-strand braids, and even today I tried to do it and I could not do a 2-strand. Like they were just all over the place, so I just took them out and I was like, dude, I just have to pull my hair back. So anyways, I was learning how to style my hair. There was never a time in the 12 months that I was doing this that my hair was out. I at some point just became so scared for it to be out because I didn't want it to get tangled, and I didn't want it to snag. I didn't want it to get dry. So I was learning how to take care of everything and what my hair was. So apparently there's 4 steps to hair, and your hair type, what your hair needs. And I learned during this time that I was a 4B, 4C with some 4A in the back, like in the nape of the neck area. So I just knew that I was like a type 4, and I don't really like the categorizing of it, but it does help when you're learning how to take care of your hair. So I learned that I was in the 4 category, dominantly more 4B, and I learned that I had fine strands, I had coarse strands, and I had dense hair. So, and I had low porosity. So all in one, it was a lot to take in, but it helped. It really helped. I had to figure out the oils that I could use. Like I was using coconut oil this whole time, not knowing coconut oil was terrible for my hair. Olive oil really helped my hair to thrive while it was in these stretch states, and to focus on my ends and what kind of conditioner I was using. During this time, I think I just stopped using conditioner and shampoo altogether. I probably started going towards using shampoo again maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and that was because I knew of like all of the drying ingredients and sodium in shampoo that I just couldn't find a good one. So I would just, clarify my hair all the time with clay, and then in order to just like add some hydration or gel, I was constantly using aloe vera gel all the time. So I guess I would say during the process of a year that my hair was growing, I was learning, but I always had enough patience with it. I was making sure that it wasn't constantly in a ponytail where it was like always tense and always breaking. So that really helped, because when I was at home, it was never in a ponytail. It was just like completely free, and it had to be. I always obviously wore like satin scarves, and now I have this really fun satin lined like a beanie kind of that I wear to bed by Grace Allier, and I love it. It never slides off. It's comfortable to wear. Sometimes I can wear it out if I'm wearing a hoodie over, like kind of like a hat. But if you have like coarse type 4 hair, always size up and get a large hat, because it like hurts around these areas. Just like really gives me like a tense headache. I trimmed my hair once, and that was probably October or November of 2018, and then I also just trimmed my hair again for the second time today, and it is January 2020, and I didn't have much, but what I lost could have been prevented, because I had a lot of knots in my hair, and it could have been prevented if I had taken the time to pay attention and trim my hair sooner. Having the optimism that my hair could grow was what I had to remember the most. I would update people and let them know like, oh, my hair grew an extra inch this month, or my hair grew half an inch, it grew an inch, and I would send like my mom and like my best friend photos, and they'd be like, dude, what in the world? And my brother would always just be like, how is your hair growing? And it was really just stretching it. When you have curly, coily type 4 hair, and your hair is prone to just bouncing back into itself and getting tangled, it's always going to snag unless you know how to be patient with your hair and you stretch it. Stretching to me is not damaging your hair. If anything, my coils and curls are more defined than they were before, because my hair was really dry then, and now it retains moisture a little bit better than it would before. All in all, hopefully the photos are showing you guys that you can absolutely retain length. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your hair, love your hair. Know that it's obviously going to take time, and that it's really a lot of love. Giving yourself all that love and not hating yourself, not hating your hair, it makes it grow so much faster. Keep up with trims. Keep up with deep conditioner. Keep it up. Deep conditioning treatments are great, but also if your hair is prone to not to needing a lot of protein, especially with low porosity hair, we need protein. I've heard that low porosity hair can be sensitive to protein. I suggest doing it once a month. That's just what I am going to be doing for 2020. And that's what I clearly did in 2018, just in the beginning. However, no more than that, because your hair can start to break off and be brittle and dry. And that's just what I've learned from other YouTubers on the YouTube, in the Black community and the hair community. But yeah, I mean, just hopefully the photos in this video are actually giving you hope. Definitely try different hairstyles. I mean, for the majority of the time, my hair was in a bun. That's a protective style. I always had my ends tucked away. I always made sure there was oil on my ends to seal them just a little bit better, and find out what oil works best for you. So for me, it's olive oil. But now when my hair is curly in its curly state, I use fenugreek, I use neem, I use hemp. I use hemp oil and I love it. You guys just make sure you are trimming, make sure you are doing deep conditioners once a month, you are doing protein treatments. Also, what's super important is use natural products. Use aloe vera, use essential oils topically. Do not ingest essential oils. Do not ingest them. Make your own hairspray. Use spring water. Add a few drops of lavender. Add a few drops of tea tree. Add a few drops of rosemary. Maybe even a couple drops of orange essential oil for like more of like a really good smell. And then, oh, and definitely peppermint and lavender. And put like a little couple drops of like your leave-in conditioner. And that's all you really need for a good hairspray. I'm actually gonna go into the hairspray that I started creating for myself in the next video, because I did decide to use a mineral that I bought in Texas when I was there to visit in May. So that after I started using that, my hair was thick, growing like a weed, and I also added a like very essential kind of like, it's kind of like a vitamin, I don't know, it's like a supplement, but it's an herb basically. So I'll show you guys how to make that in the next video. But other than that, I know I'm talking a lot. So trim, deep conditioner, protein treatment, natural products, and then lastly, make sure you fully, thoroughly wash out every last drop of shampoo and conditioner from your hair when you're washing your hair. That is super important. Your hair cannot grow on a dirty scalp. There are some things that are essential for your hair to grow that you don't want to leave your scalp, like sebum. And apparently that's just like our scalp's natural oil coming out. Use that, that's great. If you have any questions on that, go to Green Beauty YouTube channel. But other than that, everything else has to go. A sodium has to go. It's like locked in that shampoo and it's drying out your scalp. So make sure you guys do all of these and protect your scalp at night, protect your hair, and always seal with an oil. I do not do the lock method. I actually do the LCO method. The lock method just doesn't work for me. And I think that has to do with my low porosity hair. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully you feel very encouraged by this video, and hopefully for your own hair journey, don't focus on anyone else's journey. You don't know what they're doing with their hair. You don't know what their routine is. You don't know what their porosity is unless they tell you. Focus on yourself, love yourself, be good to yourself, be good to your hair, and your hair will reward you. And you guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I would love to hear about your own hair journey. If you're going through one right now, we're always on a hair journey, unfortunately, for our community. We're always focused on hair, but let me know what you're going through, and then also let me know if you have any other tips for me that have worked for you. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.